We're here today for something called the Constitution. The Constitution for the United States of America. It was 11 some plus years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence that our forefathers, founding fathers, got together in Philadelphia at the Constitution Convention. And that was in May of 1787. For about 4 months there, they all met, they gathered, they tried to create that great document, the Constitution. They didn't always get along. They battled it out. They had differences of opinion, but they came together. And they had, sometimes when they even had an impasse, they would get together and pray, seek God's wisdom to give them the guidance that they would need. And you know, on September 17th, just a couple weeks ago, was the anniversary, 223 years ago, 1787, that document was signed. That document that gives us the protection as citizens of the United States. Down the road a few days, there was a few amendments added to it, but they increased the protection of the citizens of this nation. We're here today practicing our First Amendment rights. Freedom to peaceably assemble. Freedom of speech. You know, we have the opportunity to be, as I feel like we've always been, the greatest nation in this world. We are. But you know what? That is changing so rapidly. We're not to hear about the apologies of America. The first thing when something of devastating matter happens across the world, who's the first one to go? The United States. We as a nation have to protect our freedoms. We as a nation have to protect our liberty. We have to stand up and protect our Constitution. That's what this whole ride is all about, to bring awareness to the Constitution for the United States of America, and to let people realize that this is an important document that keeps us free. It's not that living document. We have been free now for over 200 years because of it. And now all of a sudden, in the last few decades, people want to change it. People want to say it's a living document, and it's not. So I'm here doing my part as one American, one small guy, one little old American citizen who's trying to stand up for what's right in America. Because I want to be able to make my own choices. I don't want to be mandated as May shared. You know, we're being mandated left and right. That has got to stop. We need to get back to our states' rights. That's where I believe the power is at, is in the states' rights. But you know, we as a nation, if we're going to change what's happening, first of all, we have to be what? Educated. Educated. How are we going to be educated on the issues and what's going on today? First of all, we got to have a willingness to learn. We have to have a willingness to sacrifice, to make that choice, to be able to know what's going on. Most people today, they'll come to a Tea Party rally or a rally of whatever size, and size doesn't matter. I'll tell you that. It's a few folks here today, but you know what? Those who are here today, I hope that you'll get something out of it, and that you'll be able to share with someone as we go down, you know, as we go in the weeks ahead, the years ahead, to protect our nation. But if we as a citizen, each one of us, don't sacrifice, don't have the willingness to sacrifice, we will not do what our generations before us did for us. We will not do for the generations to follow if we don't stand up now for our freedom and our liberty and protect the Constitution for the United States of America. Education is like a seed. You plant that seed, you nurture that seed, it grows up into a nice stand of wheat. If you fail to nurture that seed, it grows into a weed. We're seeing a lot of that happen in our education system today, all across this nation. Billions of dollars spent for education. And we're not getting our money's worth, folks, from our kids who are growing up today. We've got to change. We've got to be willing to, as individual citizens, no matter how old you are, you have to be willing to learn about what's happening in government. Now, how, as an individual citizen, can you, one person, make a difference? Most of us are not going to make a difference in Washington, D.C. We're really not. We're going to make a difference on our home front. We're going to make a difference by going and being a part of your board of supervisor or city council meetings. Every single time they meet, you need to be there. That's your call. That's your call. If you're serious about protecting their freedom. That is your call, to go to those meetings and be a part of it. First go there, first few months, and learn. Listen. Understand what they're doing. That's how you will educate yourself. And if you disagree, if they have public hearings and you need to speak on the matter, do it. Stand up and voice your opinion. Voice it if it's positive. If it's a good thing that you like, do the same thing. You know, the people that serve in any kind of position, whether it be on a local, state, federal level, if they do something good, we need to also let them know that, not just all the stuff they do bad. Because we, as a voting citizenship, can get the ones out that aren't doing the good job. That's why we have the ability to vote. Now, are we willing as a nation, are we willing to sacrifice our time? Most bodies meet one night a month in your local town, your local board of supervisor, county, or city council. Are we willing to sacrifice that one night a month to go and sit and listen and hear what's going on in our local body that affects us? That is where you will make the most impact. It's just like building a building. You gotta have a foundation first, and our government starts at our foundation. You begin there, and then you work up into the legislative body. You need to come up here. You need to take vacation days. We're in serious times. We're in serious times. Whether people want to believe it or not, we're in serious times. You need to take a vacation day or two and come up and sit in the legislative body up here and listen and learn from what they're doing and speak up. I'm sure May's door is open, and you can come and sit and talk with her anytime you want to about an issue. And that's something that I want to charge you with too, is to make sure your door is always open. Whether you agree or disagree, hear from the citizen. That's what a body is governed for. The voice of the people. We the people. The three most important words of the Constitution. We the people. But we the people cannot sit back. We have to be active. There's two words I like to talk about. Fear and faith. Faith is believing that what you cannot see or hear will come to pass. Fear is believing that what you cannot see or hear will come to pass. They both have the same exact meaning. The difference is attitude. The difference is whether you look at life in a positive way or a negative way. You wake up every day complaining about what's going to happen that day or what your agenda is or whatever, or you wake up every day with an attitude of, I can make a difference today. That's what I try to do every day. Wake up thinking that I can make a difference. I'm on this 77-day, 48-state ride because I believe I can make a difference. I'm one person. It takes more than one person. I was at a convention in Dallas, Texas in the early 1990s. And when I went there, the man that was holding the convention was Dr. Edwin Lewis Cole. And he said something that I've never forgotten, and I carry it with me every single day. He said, the greatest river, and y'all know about a river, don't you? Nashville had a tough time this past year. But he says the greatest river is made up of tiny little raindrops. And don't ever let anybody tell you your raindrop doesn't count. Look how many raindrops came down and made a difference in the city of Nashville this spring, the devastation that it did here. We can do the same as a body of citizens, just like that. I was so proud to be in Washington, D.C. on 9/12/2009. I was 30 yards from the podium where they had the event there that day. We took bus loads of us up to D.C. And the entire day, as I turned around and I looked in that mall, it just kept filling up with people. Kept filling up and filling up and filling up. It didn't matter. At the end of the day, the ride was over. People were still trying to get to the mall. It was incredible. It was millions of people there, a couple million. I don't have no doubt it could have been. It was well over a million. But the thing was, I heard the story about 33 buses came from California. They rode 4 days. They were there for 1 day, and they rode 4 days back. That's sacrifice. How many of us would do that?